Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Dexter's Diary. Today I want to talk about courage and fearlessness and being vulnerable in those states. And when you think about courage, you don't necessarily pair it with vulnerability, but I do, because I'm not talking about courage in the face of disaster or on the battlefield or things like that, which I'm not discounting. I'm just saying that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that silent courage, uh, that those projects that we want to take on or we want to explore and delve into, where you don't tell anyone. You just like I cut my hair off. It's not the first time in my life that I've cut my hair off, but every time that I do it, I feel like I meet a different version of myself. There's a different manifestation of myself coming through and emerging, and I'm I'm really happy with this haircut. Um, and so I decided to cut it off. Today I decided to come in with no makeup on, except for lip gloss, because my lip gloss gotta be popping. Remember that at my funeral. So I I had a conversation with a friend earlier this week, and we were talking about being afraid of success, and someone had told him that, and he didn't really feel like that was really his issue with not starting certain projects and going through it with things that he wanted to go through. And it got me to thinking that, sometimes we want things in life. Some of us want a big house, we want a new car, we want to fall in love, we want to have children, or we don't want to have children, or we want to travel the world. And we think about these things, we meditate on these things, and then something will happen to kind of put it into focus, and we'll talk ourselves out of these manifestations that we so clearly want. And I consider myself really bold. I consider myself to be fearless, but it's usually in reaction to something that's happened or that has occurred and made me feel like now I have to act. Like if I feel like I'm being disrespected, or I feel like someone's trying to play me or whatever, then I gotta be like, nah, you're just not gonna do that. You're not gonna make me feel some kind of way. Now I gotta step up and show you who I really am. Or, I'm sorry, I got like a postnasal drip going on. It's a little funky. But that's not always the way that I want to react. That's not always the way that I want to put myself out there. And even starting this channel, even starting a lot of different projects that I think about so many different things, and I'm a thinker. So my first course of action is to outthink myself out of what I want to do and what can go wrong. I just go through the whole circumference and like, can I really do this? And it's fearlessness doesn't come in, then I'm just completely a fucking punk, and I'm just like, why did I just talk myself out of this? Like, I could have been doing this years ago. I could have been doing whatever. I could have been so much further. And I've come to realize, like, when you tell people about your dreams, when you tell people about your ideas and things that you want to make happen, you got to consider the source, all right? Because people will talk you into something or out of something based on their own fears, and you have to be really careful about that, and be careful not to internalize that, because that can either propel you or pull you all the way back. Some people will bully you and you'll just be like, yeah, I got this, and other people will pop your fucking bubble and you just be done. And so now, even launching this, I talked to like my sisters and stuff like that, and a few friends, but I did keep it closer to the vest than I would normally do, because I didn't want to be held accountable in case I didn't do it. And I was like 50-50 on the fence on whether I was going to do it. But what really made me go through it was like, I feel like I wanted to share my story. I feel like there's so many of us that grapple with things and we don't talk about it. We don't have a conversation about it because we're afraid of what people are going to think. We're afraid of what people are going to say. And that I had to muster up my silent courage. I had to like, yo, we're going to do this. And if no one's listening, then no one's listening. But I'm still going to do it because I have to do it for me. Like, when you want to go back to school, or if you want to start designing, or you want to start doing hair, or you want to, whatever it is that you want to do, the first source you should always consider is yourself. Like, no one else can root for you like you root for yourself. No one else is gonna, we may want it, we may want cheerleaders and all that stuff and the whole stadium screaming like, yo, you got this. But that's not a reality. That's not what's gonna happen all the time. And some of us don't even have anybody rooting for us anyway. So what do you do then? You just don't do anything with your life? It just doesn't make any sense. You really do have to recognize your warrior within, right? Your warrior within. You gotta recognize her or him and be like, yo, I got this. I can make this happen. I'm gonna do this because I don't want to live my life knowing that I had so many chances to take and make a better version of whatever I'm living now, and I didn't. I just let it go because I was afraid, because I was scared, because nobody told me I could do it. And there'll be a bunch of people telling you that you can't do shit and you ain't shit, and there'll be like 2 people like, oh, you got this. But 9 times out of 10 we'll listen to the bunch of people telling us we can't do this. You just can't. Like, and I'm so vain. Like, I'm so vain that the moment that you tell me I can't do anything, now I gotta do it. Because now I gotta prove you wrong. But, to me, I still feel like I'm being controlled by outside things, that I don't want to be dependent on outside things. So whether you tell me I can or I can't do it, I have to want to do it for myself. That's it. Point blank period. If I don't want to do it, I'm just not going to do it. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. There's no middle ground. Like nobody's opinion matters to me more than my own opinion. And that's, when I tell you things, I don't tell you things because I've mastered these things. I tell you these things because these are realities that I've grappled with my whole life. And I'm sure as any other human being on the face of this earth, we've all grappled with these things. Some of us are more headstrong than others, and some of us are more submissive than others. But we all grapple with these things. I'm just at the point where I'm not grappling anymore. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. If I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. You can't tell me otherwise. And that's exactly how I look. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. So I know that the year we're getting ready to switch over. And this is a pivotal time for a lot of people. We start setting our New Year's resolutions up, things that we want to change, things that we would like to do. And once the clock strikes 12, there's a lot of people that take off running, and there's a lot of people, it's like running a race, right? Some people are ahead of the game and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna get this done, da 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 da. And then there's the ones in the middle who are like, I'm just gonna stay at this steady pace. I got this. So I get to the finish line. And then there's some of us in the back who are like, I'll catch y'all ahead of, I'm just gonna walk. I'm gonna just chill back here. I'm good. And you get lost in this race. And what I'm telling you is don't run the race. Don't run the race. Don't do it. Just step out and forge your own course. Do your own thing. What do you want to do next year? What do you want to do next year that you can actually start now and not be afraid and not tell anyone? Just start. Just fucking start. Whatever, whatever you do, if you launch it at like 12:01, just launch it. Don't even tell anybody. Just put it out there. If you want to go to school, click the button and apply. Just do it. Don't even tell anyone. Like, people talk about moving in silence and I'm low key, but no, we're not. We're really not low key. We post it, and then we want people to ask us what we're doing so we can share and feel like something's happening, but nothing's really happening. So don't post it. Don't say anything. Do it. And then when you're like halfway through, when you're done, then you can tell people like, yeah, I did it. And they're like, oh my God, you didn't even tell me. I didn't have to. I knew what was going on. I knew what I wanted to do. So I did it. You know, just get it done. Like, just pull yourself up by your internal bootstraps and just make shit happen. Like, make it happen. And don't be afraid. And don't do it as a reaction to other people. Do it as an action for yourself. Just do it. So I didn't want to make this really long and really drawn out, and I didn't want to harp on it. Just a quick message to get you through the next week, and I hope this helps. I hope this inspires you to do something different with yourself, whether it's cut off your hair, whether it's go back to school, whether it's to start creating art or whatever you want to do. I don't know. If you want to start porn, you can do that too. I don't judge. But do something, okay? I love you guys.